So we've had a nice bit of rain, that's good. Becca and Dad have gone gathering. I'm hoping that Becca might be able to get me some photos or some footage of that. I'm off with Grandad to see the stuff that's all down and around. Yeah, pretty much. Becca and Dad went for a gather this morning, and then they've popped out again this afternoon for another gather. I have come up and moved what is our water tank for the fields that don't have any water, and I'm just filling it up. It's so much easier. Old pair of leggings, still waterproof when inside out. So we're off down to Dix to pick up some sheep because they're getting out and we're finally fed up, so we're going to bring them home and then we'll get to weaning them. So we got the truck all hitched up. The lorry needs a jump start because it has decided that it's not going to start, but we need 2 tractors to jump start it because it's a 24 volt and obviously a normal battery is a 12 volt. So we're all loaded now, just time to leave. So we've got back from unloading the sheep, we've just dropped them into Mrs. Smith's. We're just back washing out lorries and things because we've got Yealmpton Show tomorrow. The box is there because I pulled it in the wrong place. So I'm just up in the office, about to start my Dutchy meeting. I have got the computer all started, just waiting to join now. These are going to be a multiple sessions for some of the next generation Dutchy tenants to tune in and speak and have conversations about certain things that Dutchy want to know and that we want to talk about and things to try and improve the communication and details that are shared between Dutchy landlords and stewards to the tenants. So obviously the last meeting I had a couple of weeks ago was more of an introduction, see who's all there, meet everyone. We've been doing them now on Zoom or on Teams simply because it comes down to the fact that it's easier. It's a lot easier just to have an hour away from the farm and sit up on a computer, although connection is not very good here, than it is to drive somewhere and have an hour meeting or a 2-hour meeting. You know, it takes up a lot more of everyone's time. So yeah, so we've had the introduction and we're having like our first session today, talking to them about some bits. Yeah, so we will see how it goes. So it is the morning of Yealmpton Show. We have got the sheep all picked out. We're just getting the lorry air up. Kids are all sorted. Just got to get the bit of straw and the buckets in the box loaded, get the sheep loaded, get the kids in the car, and we will be off. we are here at the show. We've just arrived. Mum, Becca and Dad are brushing some sheep. I'm just sat with the kids. I got Kaylee in one pram, the other two looking out.
For the sheep, the next class
it was a bit of a long trip here, as it always is across the moor and down. But we got in really easy. So we'll see what today brings.
Thank you very much for the best old ram. So that might well be underway now.
Cows that are here, they have moved the showground round today. We used to always have the sheep here under these trees, and the cows were up the field a bit more, whereas we've swapped them today, or this year. Haven't got a massive turnout for cattle, but a nice few.
She's been there for living there. The head girl and then 3 French people. So it's a real, it's a big change. Very
It must be a year about it.
getting old.
Yeah, what, they make a pass over here.
Don't have me.
Sorry.
Well, considering when I go and see our old ram, he likes to just make sure that, you can't come to me, Poppet, because if Cookie needs to run, she needs to run. Give me that belly. So this is female championship. We've got an old ewe and the ewe hog. Jordan's have the lamb. and I'm stood with the ram hog. Yeah, you can come to me, girlie. Sorry. This is Championship, ewe hog and ram lamb. So this is the interbreed. So we've got the winners of each of the breed competitions here. We've got each breed and we've got the MVs down that end. The MV winners. The judge is just going through and looking at each of the sheep.
You'll show exterminate on Sunday again.
Reserve champion went to the Jordans, Jack Jordan there showing with the Cheviots. So we've had a bit of a slow morning. My car needed new tyres because it went in for a service and they weren't very good. Let's just leave it at that. So I've been in getting that changed this morning. Mum had to take this one in on a recall. So she did that first thing this morning. Dad's been at home doing all the morning jobs and getting that sorted, and also he's been rowing up. So we eventually got to the farm. I got Katie down to bed, and now I am just out seeing the cows. Gateway. So yeah, I'm just out seeing all the cows and things. I've seen one group already, and I had to pretend I was going to move them fields to be able to see them all because they were all under all the trees and everything. By the looks of it, some of mine have escaped into next door. So it looks like these guys will be being let up. So I moved the last group of cows into a fresh field. One, they kind of needed a change, and two, there was no way I was having that gate open and getting the cows back on my own when the cows wanted to go through. So I'm with my next group of cows and calves now. Hi, baby blue. So yeah. So I'm just down seeing some more of the sheep. You can't even see them in the grass. They're all lied in against the walls and things. We've stopped a couple of times and seen a few groups of sheep and stuff, and everything is looking happy. So we're going to keep seeing some more sheep and make our way down to Mole Valley, where I've got to go around and pick up some bits and pieces, and then head back, feed the cows on my way home, and we will be happy. You know, girlie, you just explain what sheep are. Annoying. So, I just went in to see 2 lots of sheep at Pound House and Mary's. I've been walking around those fields for an hour. And I'm missing 1 in Mary's and 3 in Pound House, so that's great. I'm going with the assumption that they are lied in somewhere and they didn't like my voice and they weren't worried when I walked past them. So So yeah. It doesn't look very hot down here at Leslie, but it's such a humid place. Yeah, you know, it's just one of those places, it always is warm. If you think it's raining and you think you need your coat, you can take it, but you won't need it. So I've just stopped in to feed the cows, and it's going to be a really bad day, isn't it, today? Only because I'm literally at Morton on my way home from going down, seeing everything, stopping, picking up everything I need at Mole Valley, only for Mole Valley to ring Mum and tell them that the box of crowfeck that we picked up has been left down there on the side. So I now have to turn my arse around and drive all the way back down there to pick up a box of crowfeck to come all the way home. So I'm just driving in the lane. What is he doing? Looks like there's not enough space where we normally stack bales, so we're stacking bales there now. So Dad's been wrapping. As you can see, Dad's got the bale stacked over there. By the looks of it, we had a half bale come out. He looks very saggy. So we're wrapping here, and then Dad is stacking over the far side there. So I got back from seeing the sheep. Dad's wrapping. Kaylee decided that she wanted to go with Grandma to take Great Grandma home, and got very upset when I told her that she was going to stay with Mummy. So she's gone with Grandma and Grandma. I am in the cubicles. Obviously, we still have that piece of strip that I haven't got to and I haven't washed out, but I've got to set up for shearing. So it is that time. But typically, so where the tractor is here now is where we shear to, and then we make a bit of a race across here where we pen them to here and then race them down that way. So yeah, so I've got the hurdles and that here now. I'm going to start setting up and sorting everything out. Yeah, because we're shearing tomorrow. So we decided to try and wrap the soft bale. Turns out he was too soft for the wrapper, but we have managed to do it. It's going to be our silage ball. So these are the Dartmoor ewes. They will be let out after shearing now, and then tomorrow we'll mark up and sort them all out and that. As you can see, we've still got some here with fleeces on there, sheep that aren't ours. So we'll do a couple phone calls tonight and let people know that we've got their sheep, and they'll come round and pick them up. We're letting all the lambs out, we're not shearing any of the lambs this year. As you can see, like this ewe here in front of us here, she hasn't been sheared, but she lost her fleece early, so there was no need to shear her. So this is about halfway, we think. So we're just running them in. We're going to just run them in and just split out the ones that aren't ours, so they can go in a closer field. And then the rest will go up Boo Down, ready for marking up and things tomorrow. So we're just on the way out again for the shearers after lunch. We'll catch up. Becca headed out before me, so we'll catch up now with them and get this last 100 odd finished. So we're getting to the end of it now. Dad has taken half of this bunch in to start marking up, which he'll have a nice job because it is very warm outside. We've only got these two little bits of pens left and that, so we're soon getting on with it. Me and Kaylee came out in front. Amelia has come behind. So it is Saturday morning. We're just starting to get the sheep in. We're going to mark up the lambs, drench them and crowveck them. So we're all finished. Ewes got all marked up yesterday. Lambs have all drenched, B12, crowvecked and marked. So they're all on their way out now. This is only half of them. The other half we put back into Boo Down, just because we can't deal with everything in the yard, it's too much. So, sheep are coming up the lane. I didn't get them first coming out because I have a bunch of cows here that shouldn't be here. I thought that they were actually meant to be up over the top, but the more I look, I believe they have green tags. So I believe that they could actually be on the wrong side of the moor, and they're meant to lie out over moor. We'll double check with Dad in a second. But the sheep are going away nice. So Dad's just come out with the ewes. We've driven them back to a bit of a bunch so that they try and pick up their lambs a bit better. Else a ewe thinks she's been weaned and she wanders off, and then the lamb, some of them are fine and they crack on with it, and some unfortunately don't. You can't quite see Dad. He's driven the cows back over. They'll probably end up going back over by the stream and then up over Isaac. Not meant to be down this way, so Dad's just trying to push them back a bit, back to where they should lie.